Hello everybody, I am Oscar from Heel Pictures. Train. That's a long train. I'm sorry, I got really distracted there. Hey everybody, I am Oscar from Heel Pictures, and this is going to be my first review in a while. It's going to be my review for Transcendence, which is the directorial debut for Wally Pfister, who is the regular cinematographer for mainly Christopher Nolan films. And he's one of my favourite cinematographers working today, and this is his directorial debut. But the film stars Johnny Depp, Rebecca Hall, Paul Bettany, Morgan Freeman and Cillian Murphy. And the plot of the film is essentially Johnny Depp plays this scientist who kind of has this idea for not artificial intelligence, kind of like self-aware artificial intelligence. One day he happens to get shot by this one guy who's a part of this resistance group thing, who's like, oh no, artificial self-aware, no, because Skynet. And Rebecca Hall plays Johnny Depp's wife, and she says to Paul Bettany, hey, how about we put his mind into this machine and maybe we can use his research and use his mind to be the self-aware artificial intelligence. That'll be great. And then stuff ensues, and I will explain that stuff once I go on. Now, what was I thinking going in this film? I personally was not really looking forward going into the film. Just from the look of the film, it just looked like not a great sci-fi film, and I was just like, I'm not really looking forward to this. This doesn't look good, and blah blah blah. What are my thoughts on it? Well, it's okay. It's an okay film. That's about it, really. Yeah, this was an okay film. I'm going to get into the negatives and the positives. I'll get into the negatives first, really. Well, the negatives is that, well, the first one that really stands out in my mind is that there's not really any development. Like, it's like we're just kind of just, like, at the beginning it's like, this Johnny Depp, this Rebecca Hall, this husband, this wife. So they love each other. Do you need any more? Wait, what? Do you need any more development in that? But the husband and wife, that's all you need. That's kind of what it was. Speaking of no development, now Morgan Freeman and Cillian Murphy, they were there. Morgan Freeman and Cillian Murphy, two of my favourite actors, but they literally were just there to be there. It seems like, you know, during, I don't know, The Dark Knight, Wally Pfister was like, hey, if I ever direct a film, will you two be in it? Sure, yeah. Hey guys, I've got a film I want to direct. It's called Transcendence. Do you want to have a read of the script? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, okay. So which one are we playing? Are we playing this Will? Oh, no, you're not playing the Will. What about this character here that seems to have quite a lot of development? Oh, no, you're playing these ones. Oh, okay, Sure, okay, why not? And that was my reaction of how Wally Pfister got Morgan Freeman and Cillian Murphy in this film. Another thing really that I kind of have a bit of a gripe about, that this film kind of feels like two different films. Because honestly, for the first half of the film, I was, you know, I wasn't like super into it, but I was like, this is fine, nothing too bad. And then once, like, we got to, like, this nowhere land, you guys know what I mean if you watch the film. Johnny Depp is trying to be like, hey, how about you tap me into Wall Street? Yeah. How about we go to this area and we, try to make people computers. And so they go like this deserted, like, town area. It feels like where Trevor Phillips lives in GTA 5. It's like that, but without the mayhem of Trevor Phillips. if Trevor Phillips never lived in that area, that's what that area is like. It's just bleh. And then that film just slowed down. This might just be a word that I just use in my reviews, but hey, how about we give a text to it? This film definitely has pacing issues. Yay! The good old pacing issues, eh? Yeah, this, like, well, the second half especially, because the first half wasn't too bad. It was like, okay, then, seems just run of the mill, you know, I'm fine with this. But then it just went, and it was like, oh, we are slowly trotting along with this film now. Oh no. Nothing really thrilling happened. What I'm on about is like, it's like you expect him to be like, you know, I'm going to hack into Wall Street now. Steal everyone's money. I'm going to hack into the White House now. It's like, he's literally like, we're just going to change some people and some computers. Like nothing, like, because it's like through this entire film we have like this resistance who's like, the world's going to be in danger if we don't stop it. But then the worst he does is make a small little army out of a few construction workers, and then that's it. It's just like, big danger that is. Then we have just this random action scene which the visual effects in it just feel like they just grabbed some After Effects and just slapped it on. Oh, just slap it on. It's like, should we touch it up a bit? No, just leave it there, just leave it there. But it doesn't look real. Leave it, just leave it. Alright then. Render. I think the main problem with this film is that Wally Pfister tried to be the next Christopher Nolan. And I saw a lot of people like, when like set photos were getting released of this film, I saw a headline saying, is this the next Christopher Nolan? Do we have the new Christopher Nolan in Wally Pfister? No, we don't. No, we don't, because Wally Pfister can make a film look good. He can damn right make a film look good. I mean, the cinematography in Inception and the Dark Knight trilogy. Nolan knows how to do the story. Nolan knows how to direct. Pfister knows how to hold a camera and knows where to position it and the lighting and everything like that. He doesn't know characters. He doesn't know development. He doesn't know pacing. And he certainly does not know mind-bending stories. Because that's what he's trying to package this film as. He's trying to package this film and say, hey look, this is Inception meets Terminator. Take it. So you go, ooh, interesting. Shh. Oh, it's just Avatar and Attack of the Clones. It's just a generic sci-fi film. That's all I can really say about it. It's not like god awful. It's just, I've seen that before. That story is the way you're taking the story has just been done before. We know. We've seen these films before. It's like when James Cameron was saying Avatar's this brand new big spectacle of things that you've never seen before and it's going to blow your mind. He made the 3D, not the film. Let me get to the positives now, because there are actually positives in this film that you may not think so. The cinematography is beautiful in this film, and it's not actually Wally Pfister. I was actually going in this film, looked up on IMDb, and I went, wait, what? Wally Pfister isn't even his own DP? And I was just thinking to myself, oh, well, great. You know what? Well, the best part of the film I was looking forward to was Wally Pfister's cinematography, but that's not going to be in it. But believe it or not, I think Wally Pfister did have a little bit of input in the cinematography, because the film did look gorgeous. Because, I mean, the opening scene, that looked great. I mean, the film honestly did look great, which is a huge plus in my book. I mean, it's like, okay, great, you made the film look good, that's great. The soundtrack, as much as it was trying to imitate a Hans Zimmer score, because I was like running the tune through my head while the soundtrack was playing, I was like, wait, is this the Dark Knight thing? It wasn't, but it felt like it was building up to that. I was like, wait, is this building up to Time from Inception? It's like, it felt like it was, but it didn't. So the soundtrack was also a plus. The acting was actually cool though. Johnny Depp did okay. You know, I'd like to see, he's not playing this really wacky character, because he was cool, and I want him to play more normal roles because I do like Johnny Depp. Rebecca Hall was like a seesaw, because I mean, one point she was like, I'm really feeling your emotion now. Yeah, okay, I understand this. Oh, what? You're really trying to be dramatic now. Okay, you're back to being normal. You're trying to act. Okay, fine. It's like I want to say she was good, but at the same time I want to say she wasn't good. So it's like she was walking on that fine line between emotional, trying to be dramatic. Paul Bettany was the best character, because I did say there was barely any development in this film, because we jumped years. We didn't really need. I think one said 7 years later or something. And I'm like, 7 or 5 years later. I was like, wait, what? But nothing. You didn't need that text to say that. But Paul Bettany was really the most relatable character. He was the most developed character. He was the most interesting character. So Paul Bettany did a really good job in this film, and he did act really well, and I did like his character in the film. I was critiquing the visual effects of when, from the end fight scene, but the visual effects of when Johnny Depp was just a computer, that was really cool. I will admit those did look good. One negative. I don't know her name, but I know she's in House of Cards because I looked her up on IMDb. The leader of this resistance, completely miscast. She looked like a uni student, not someone who's like John Connor. I was expecting someone like John Connor to be saying, we need to stop Johnny Depp from doing all this. It's more or less like someone who was like just a uni student, like, hey, I admire your work, and yeah, I want to stop you now, if that's okay. I mean, there was a scene where she was like holding a gun to someone, and it was like, I'm not buying you doing this. Yeah, she was completely miscast. Yeah, so overall, Transcendence was just a generic sci-fi film. That's all I can really say. But this is better than 300 Rise of an Empire, for me at least. I mean, it might have helped because a lot of people were going into this film with really high expectations, and they came out of it saying this was a god-awful film. For me, I wasn't going into it with that high expectations, and I just thought to myself, it was okay. The concept was great. If Nolan got hold of that if Pfister went up to Nolan and said, yeah, Chris, I got this idea, blah, 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 told him, Nolan got hold of that idea, I think this would have been a very good film. But yeah, it was a generic, predictable sci-fi film, with the second half being an extremely slow. And overall, I'm going to give Transcendence a thumbs in the middle. It's generic. The acting's okay. Paul Bettany was really good. The visual effects were good, and then And it was, as I said, it was just an okay film, a generic sci-fi film. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and have you seen Transcendence? If you have, what do you think of it? Comment below, let me know. Thanks for watching, and the links are down below for Twitter and Facebook. Until next time everybody, I shall see you later. Goodbye, and I'm probably going to watch Terminator now.